still think it's funny.
It's pretty funny, but
It's just funny. It's like this caveman just goes, yeah, and then he goes, Uda, and it just underneath it just says pussy. That's what the best was.
so
All right, we ready? We ready, boys? Are we doing
You
the?
You have the
Fast
drive
and
of the
Out
week.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Why don't I get that?
Punta?
Fuck a duck. Punta
It's been a
Piche.
while. It's been a while. I'm all out of practice.
Yeah, it's not the well-oiled machine it was before.
Wow.
That's what I say every time Audrey and I have sex.
Well oiled like Marty's abs.
I'm out of practice. I'm not the well-oiled machine I used to be. Oh. My screen keeps freezing.
Jesus, when did you send it to me, Jamie?
Sent it to you twice. The last time it was when I thought we were about to do the show last Tuesday,
Yeah, hold on. I found this.
and then I sent it to you like
Because you texted me
Yeah.
beer today, and that's why I was looking too low for the thread.
There's nothing missing. This is great sex.
Num Shiba.
it's like on page 96. Makes you wonder what was the other 95 pages.
So,
Does it though?
Is it?
It's written in Braille.
it is official. I raped it.
All right.
So fucking good.
Just let me make sure the volume's
Oh.
up on this. Okay. Start at 37. You said.
Yeah,
I love reading porn in Braille.
Yes. Yeah.
the line
Very
goes
hands-on,
Up and
yeah.
down, up and 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 down. Then just
It's like all
And the Peter North
over
ones, there's a
her
line like quickly
face.
after. There's one that goes up.
It's like,
You
it's
guys-
what she gets. Right.
What'd you say, Keith?
You guys couldn't hear that, could you?
No.
All right. Hold on.
I can't hear shit. Right?
That's right, bro.
Didn't we?
Oh, here it is.
Didn't we whip him?
Sure did, buddy. We whipped them.
Zip.
We whipped them good.
Flop.
We whipped him and we got it up.
There you go.
What is that from?
Yeah.
Steve, I thought you would know this one for sure. So this is how long ago it was. This was going to be my Halloween drive for the week.
Oh God, it's been a while.
It was
Is this that spit in your grave?
no Dawn of the Dead.
Huh.
Oh, is this one? What's it when the fucking
Yeah, the
white
guy-
dude got bit?
Yeah,
Mhm.
he's about to turn, or he's getting turning to a zombie. And he's just
I
like,
remember
"Sick."
now.
He goes, we whipped him, didn't we? He goes, yeah, we whipped him. We whipped him and got him all.
It's a good drive.
He just like flips out.
All right, here we go. You ready? Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck that noise. We're not quitting.
You're listening to the F That Noise podcast, featuring Pete Melia,
But we're talking about shit here.
Jamie Klein,
No one wants to smell your dirty fucking shit.
Mike Burdick,
Feel like I'm in group.
Steve Taylor,
Is he getting his balls slapped by some other dude?
and Keith Grieve.
You get a fucking sausage.
Fucking sausage!
It is 76.
76.
76. The spirit of 76.
Bicentennial at that.
Jesus Christ.
Bicentennial boys. Yeah.
Red right in you.
It has been a fucking long time since we've been.
Hey, I'm straight centennial.
Well, whatever makes you feel more secure. I guess.
I'm touching my penis right now.
We're here for you.
It's been a long cavalcade of we'll call it distractions since our last episode. Not to get too personal with everything, but
We call it life.
yeah, just life. And then I got doused with COVID, which just sucked. It just really fucking sucked. I did not have a bad experience compared to what other people are going through, but it was just 5 days of fever and just blah and just blah. So,
Wow.
Fuck
yeah,
that.
it wasn't bad at all, but it was just annoying. It was more annoying.
Fuck that noise.
Yes,
See what
yes.
I- what
fuck
I
all of
did?
it.
What I just did right
Fuck that
So-
noise indeed.
That's a podcast.
But it's like a very small glimmer of hope that maybe all 5 of us would be in the same room doing this episode.
I know.
And then that very quickly got kiboshed for a lot of different reasons, including my COVID. But here we are, as we normally are, together but apart. And we're supposed to be talking about favorite SNL skits throughout the years. I'm sure, being so long since we've gotten together, it will eventually devolve into a train wreck. But the train wreck.
Yeah.
we're
I mean,
listening to.
I hear you saying that, and I look at your comment here saying it might be a shit show. You just have no confidence.
No, zero. I've not zero. I have
Nothing.
You know, it was so funny because I was watching the Beatles documentary Get Back. I don't know if anybody had any chance.
Yeah, thank you for the recommendation. It's been excellent watching that.
I mean, there's been
I gotta check
criticisms
that
that
out.
there's so much and that there really isn't any kind of form to it, but I think it works.
That's why it's good.
Right, because you're just watching
Ah.
them. You're just watching them organically figure. Because at the time, for those of you that don't know the timeline, they hadn't performed live in something like 2 years. And
Right.
they had recorded their most previous album, which I believe was the White Album, with overdubs. So they weren't really in the studio together. So this was they were meeting to get to. They had like 2 weeks, 3 weeks to write songs, learn
2 weeks.
songs, and then they
Wow.
were going to put them live on a TV show. Originally,
Yeah.
that was the plan.
Right.
Oh, I gotta check this out. Wow.
It is awesome. It is really, really
Yeah, they
But-
use a bunch of footage that they didn't originally use when they did the original documentary back in the late '60s. Apparently,
Oh,
the Let It Be sessions.
Peter Jackson.
Peter Jackson.
but it should be good anyway. I mean, they're gonna stay out of the woods and they're not gonna do a lot of walking around. And you know,
We all know how much Mike loves that.
Yeah.
Mike loves it.
But the reason that I
Jeremy
brought
Woods.
the reason I brought it up now is because there was a time when, in the beginning, without giving too much away, where the group is in chaos, and they'd been without a manager for a couple years, and Paul is really trying to keep the group on track. And yeah, right? I get it.
He's getting annoyed with George Harrison in one scene.
Wait a minute.
Make me laugh by
wait a minute. Now, are you, Keith, comparing yourself to Paul McCartney?
No, that was going to be my next statement. I am by no
I
means
see that.
saying
That's
And I am
worse
the-
than comparing yourself to God.
I'm not saying that I'm the podcast equivalent of Paul McCartney. I'm just
Okay.
saying that I empathized and I felt for the man who's just trying. He knows that 2 weeks is not enough time for these group of musicians that haven't been around each other for very long to write the songs, learn the songs, and be ready to perform them. And nobody else is fucking motivated to do it. And he's the only one trying to keep everybody on the tracks, and they're all getting pissed at him. And I'm like, I understand what this man is going through.
Right.
All right,
It was
Paul.
mostly Harrison and Paul going at it, and it's funny because Ringo doesn't say a fucking word.
Through the whole
Yeah,
thing.
it's fucking Ringo.
He
He's just
doesn't
happy
say-
he's there.
He doesn't see anything. And John Lennon is like basically so zick. He don't give a shit. He's like, why don't we just let's just see what happens. Let's just play. He's just like so free, and it's awesome.
John Lennon was
That
really
Asian pussy got him.
And the weird thing is, it's
That'll happen.
for rated R or whatever. There's like F bombs and all.
That'll happen.
It's like it's got, it's like rated R, and so it's like got F bombs on a Disney, which is weird.
Yeah, I guess
It's like
Disney
they can't show Daryl Hannah's ass, but they can say fuck. It's like,
Well,
doesn't make sense.
here's the thing: is like you
It's
know,
a
it's
shame
one
they
of those-
can't show Daryl Hannah's ass. Oh,
Right?
God, awful.
But Paul
Go on.
McCartney could do anything. He could kill people on camera. You know, people would. You know, he's such a nice guy.
He could charge $625 a ticket. You know, anything. Yeah.
He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah,
He freaking does too. Like that's crazy.
No,
part.
yeah, it's insane.
Mallory
so
Bell
much.
says that she wrote a song about an octopus. It sounds like there's a story there. But it's just funny because like the whole thing, Ringo doesn't say two shits, and then oh look, I wrote "Octopus's Garden," and he just sits on the piano and just starts playing it, and George Harrison comes over and starts talking to him about it. I'm like, oh, Ringo's here.
Wait, now Keith, I might be behind. What? How many parts are there right now?
3.
Okay, so I'm only on the first part is like over 2 hours.
Yeah, they're all 2 hours plus.
Okay, I'm not even near part 3
Oh,
yet. I'm
yeah,
still
you
on
gotta
part
get
1.
you gotta get to the meat.
But what I like about it, it's like you have to be a music fan, though, I think, to appreciate this because it is basically just creating an album. They're creating Let It Be. It's amazing.
I think
But
anybody
there's no cutaways to people outside or other people. It's like it's just them working on this album.
I
Wow.
think if you've done anything creative from start to finish, that if you've taken any, no matter what level, whether you've done it professionally, amateurly, if you've taken anything from a kernel in your brain to something that you put out there, whether it was to your family, whether it was to your town, whether it was to a national audience, if you've done anything from start to finish that to that level, you'll appreciate the process of watching it happen.
I agree.
The other day, I did eat $12 worth of Taco Bell, and then 2 hours later, when I shit, it did bring a tear to my eye.
You know, Steve, you were only known for your bodily functions on the show.
That was start to finish, though, a beautiful moment of my life.
Yeah, it's creativity at its finest. That's
It's across the universe.
that totally counts.
It's a mystical
I
experience.
almost took it out of the toilet and brought it to life.
So I highly recommend Get Back.
2.3 Keurig.
I second that. Definitely Get Back.
I highly recommend Get Back, but also on Hulu.
Nice.
There's another documentary called McCartney 321, and that's like 6 episodes, much shorter episodes, but it's Paul McCartney and Rick Rubin in a recording booth control room, and they're just playing masters, and they're playing with the freaking sliders, and they're isolating tracks and isolating vocals, and McCartney's talking about what went into this and why this is there and stuff like that. It's so fucking fascinating to watch.
What album is he talking about, or just
It starts from they just play randomly really, and it kind of follows the timeline, and then those are they start talking about some of McCartney's solo stuff at the end in Wings, but it's really talking about why like certain chord progressions are the way they are, and and how they came up with this. And Michelle started out as a song Paul would just kind of bullshit along when he was trying to meet French girls at John Lennon's art school. It was just fun. All those kind of stories I fucking like just get
I love that
jazzed
stuff.
to hear.
And it's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu. Yeah, McCartney 321.
Okay.
Nice.
I am a big fan of Mike's documentary Over the Shoulder. That one, I've been waiting for that to come out for a long time.
That brought
It's
more than a
gonna be
tear.
interesting.
Yeah, that brought more than a tear to my eye.
It wasn't tears on her face either. That was definitely.
I think people have been waiting for video proof of this, but it's
Get
locked away
on the bus.
Why do you think I stay off TikTok? That'd be my first post.
There is that court order too, isn't there?
Yeah, well, there's that, I guess. So
Yeah.
You
For
go
my-
get a court order.
And I'll sue your funny face for wrongful prosecution.
That's right. Funny face.
So who
Edited Ghostbusters. Right
That's
there.
right.
wait, that actually got edited in.
Yeah, that was the infamous edit in.
But that's when they would actually
Here's the-
record the lines.
Yeah.
So he actually said that. It
He
wasn't like
actually
one of
does
those
say it.
bad
That's
dubs.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they didn't dub it. That's right. They had
And
like
Dan
alternate
Aykroyd
takes.
says Wally Wick instead of Dickless. And then Bill Murray's like,
I
yes,
don't
this
remember.
man is some kind of an insect.
Oh my god, it's so terrible.
Those are some of
I
the
don't-
best, man. I'll never forget those.
I do not approve.
One of my favorite edits it was ABC Sunday Night Movie of Stripes, and there's a part where this one guy grabs Bill Murray off the top bunk, and he goes, "Nice going, asshole," and instead he pulls him off, and goes, "Nice going, jerk." It made me laugh so hard. And I recorded it and tried to record stop it so you don't record the commercials. I had an old VHS tape. I'd watch that over and over.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's amazing.
Nice going, jerk.
There's Drive of the Week. There it is.
There you go. Speaking of,
we start every episode usually with a drive of the week. If you don't know what a drive is a line from a movie or TV show said with exceptional velocity and volume. And this segment belongs to Jamie Klein.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and Michelle Barone's big ass titties. What we have here is fuck it, who cares? It's probably not her last name anyway.
That took so long to materialize too.
We got a we have I already forgot now. Oh yeah, we have Drive of the Week. This was actually done. We had this ready to go in like October. So this is from the horror film Dawn of the Dead, not the modern stupid remake with the zombies that run fast. This is the original 1978 George Romero classic, Dawn of the Dead. Here's a scene of a guy who just wants to whip them all.
We did it, didn't we? We went, didn't we?
That's right, Raj.
Didn't we? Didn't we whip them?
Sure did, buddy. We whipped them. We whipped them good.
We whipped them and we got it all! Whipped them and we got it all!
Yes, he came at that moment.
When a zombie comes along, you must whip him.
Oh, zoo.
That was the Drive of the Week brought to you by Trashman Media. For all the latest DVD commentary and reviews, head over to trashmanmedia.com and also on Twitter and Facebook.
And don't forget to check out www.peterclem.com for your latest news and soup.
and new friends.
And use transition lenses.
All
right, so in this ragtag bunch of merry assholes here, suggested the topic of the SNL skits was it?
Jamie did. That was a great topic.
I think it was your mom. Yeah.
Oh,
Cheeto. That's who it was.
It was it was me. I was over at a buddy's house over the weekend with a couple friends, and we were discussing Saturday Night Live, like best skits, most underrated performer, most overrated performer. And I was like, shit, this would be really good for F That Noise. So I came up with the idea. Let's talk about I know Mike and I years ago we went and saw the stage where they shot Saturday Night Live, and it was just awesome seeing that, just to see like that's where Belushi is, that's where Aykroyd was, that's where Chris Farley was, Dana Carvey, like all the greats were on that stage. So I don't know, what do you guys think? I personally, what we were discussing also was that Saturday Night Live, it's always been very political, but it's even more political now. So we watched some older skits, and by older, I mean like not even that old, like Will Ferrell era. And there are some funny ass skits that at the time I guess I didn't appreciate that. I thought were hilarious.
Yeah.
Any of the whole Alex Trebek thing on Jeopardy.
Yeah.
With Sean Connery and fucking Norm Macdonald is.
Oh my god, it's Jack Murder.
What does Norm Macdonald call himself? Not Burt Reynolds. What's the name that he gives himself?
Turd Ferguson.
Turd Ferguson. That's right.
Yeah, it's so great. And then there's the one skit with the Blue Oyster Cult, and it's got
more cowbell and
oh my god, it is great.
And that's so good. That's so good.
Yeah. Oh, it's so funny. So I was just thinking, like, what is like? I think it's unanimous, right? We all agree it's pretty much Eddie Murphy is probably the best thing to come out of Saturday Night Live.
No.
You don't think so? I would say
No.
easily.
No,
But now, are we talking about comes out of Saturday Night Live or the best performer on the show? Because to me, Bill Murray is the best. Came out of Saturday Night Live.
Okay, I'll say the best performer on Saturday Night Live.
See, I was always a big fan of Bill Hader.
Wait,
2005 to 2013.
I like Bill Hader, but
If you watch
better
some
than
of his
Paul Ness?
Saturday Night Live skits, he was fucking genius. Like some of his impressions are fantastic, and he was
great,
absolutely hysterical. I was always a big fan.
For all of the heyday of the old time greats that came out of there, Chevy Chase, Bill Murray, Eddie Murphy. When we were teenagers in the 90s, that cast was fucking lights out with Dana Carvey, Mike Myers, Norm Macdonald, Dennis Miller was
Dennis Miller.
that.
Chris Farley, Adam Sandler,
Adam Sandler. Oh my God,
Bill
all those
Hartman.
kids. The motivational speaker by
Sean
Farley.
Strage.
Oh, geez.
Sean Strage was great in that show.
No, that was Victoria Jackson. I always get those two confused. Also.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm thinking about Casual Sex,
dude.
So Matt Cooper says after Phil Hartman died, the show is pretty much unwatchable. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, he's.
I don't know about that.
Unwatchable, but I do agree with Matt on some extent. It's definitely not as good, but isn't that kind of what everyone says anyway? It depends on their era.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Your era was always the best. It's the same thing with
right.
music. Today's music sucks.
See, what I've noticed about the modern Saturday Night Live is it's not good all around, but it has its moments. There are some skits. Like there was one of the ones that I had in the running for my favorite was The Rock was on and he did Most Evil Inventions Ever, or there was like a most evil invention contest between these mad scientists, and like the first one does a shrink ray, next one does a freeze ray, and he creates a child molesting robot. And it's absolutely hysterical. Like the fucking skit is great. And it was like the rest of the show. I saw the rest of the show and it was okay. You know, there were a couple funny moments, but that one skit was like fucking insanity.
I think the funniest thing that they've done in a long time on Saturday Night Live is what they do with Weekend Update when they write each other's jokes and they try to make.
Oh, that is fucking great.
That's very
that's a
funny.
good idea.
Oh,
I never knew about that until recently when my buddies.
Oh my God. Some of the shit he says, they say too, it's like, holy fuck, dude. How do you get away with some of that shit?
That's definitely one of my go-tos if like I'm in a bad mood and I want to feel better. I go to that. I can always laugh. Those two just because they're having so much fun themselves doing it. Like they're just they're just having a blast together.
That makes it enjoyable.
Yeah.
I mean, Weekend Update is the best part of that show, like consistently, of the modern show.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it depends who's hosting. And there's always that period before you, like, when you're used to the other guy, like you're used to Dennis Miller forever, and then someone else comes on, you end up liking him in retrospect, but you don't like him forever. So it really is a huge,
But like, do they have still? Because I don't watch it nowadays. Not because I'm anti. I just am not usually thinking, oh, it's Saturday night, I should check out Saturday Night Live. Do they still have running skits like Church Chat would go on like every month or so? You get a new episode.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Wayne's World.
Yeah, not really.
Is there a recurring skit?
Well, they reoccur over the politics. It's not so much like a character like a church lady, but like Alec Baldwin's Donald Trump impression was going on like 2 years.
Yeah,
and they would have a regular cast of people that whether they were cast members or not, or ex-cast, they'd come in and they'd be part of it whenever they needed them. You had to,
No, they weren't, Mike.
Oh, yeah.
No.
You know what? You know what?
Just shut up, Mike.
I just gotta say I apologize to everybody for making that go as long
This
as
is
it
the
did.
apology
Yeah,
episode.
I gotta say though, Jamie, when you brought this up as a topic, I went back and I went on YouTube and I rewatched a ton of old skits. And the one that stands out is from the old crew that I think is by far the best, and that's the Word Association with Chevy Chase and Richard Pryor.
Oh my God, we were just talking about that.
That is Jack Murder.
That thing is so funny. That is
pure Richard Pryor just in, because Chevy Chase really didn't do shit. Richard Pryor's just face and the way he gets mad. It's like
his
murders him every time.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Pryor was the best.
But going back to Mike. Well, I'm sorry.
That's-
Going back to Mike's take on politics, though. I mean, Saturday Night Live has always hammered the politics, whether it was Dana Carvey doing George Bush, whether Daryl Hammond doing Bill Clinton. You know, it's always been political, and you know, you get a character that's so much fun to mock, like Donald Trump. It's the gift that keeps on giving. You just keep going.
Well, that's the thing too. Is politics used to be like really boring. You cannot say it's boring now. Like it's pretty much you watch. I'll turn on the news and I almost laugh just at the real shit. So it's really easy. Like I think it's a lot easier to make fun of politics now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, James, your wife said "dick in a box." That's hilarious.
No, she wants sex afterwards.
Okay.
That's
Dave,
romantic. It's romantic.
All right.
Dave Bell says Aerosmith on Wayne's World.
Oh, that's classic.
Yeah.
That's classic.
I don't know. I just can't get beyond John Belushi is to me the all-time
Great.
best thing that ever came out of that show.
Yeah. Do you remember the last voyage of?
Oh
did.
my
God!
Oh my god!
So good.
When he takes Spock's ears and he fucking my ears.
He was just so talented.
that
He was
one.
just so crazy. He'd try anything.
Yeah.
You know. I think my favorite is still. They don't actually play it anymore. I think they censored it out. But they had the Luck of the Irish that he did on.
Oh, that's Mike. Remember how murdered we were? We watched that at my 8-year-old house. Like
Yeah.
we were in the basement. We watched that. We had to rewind it a couple times. Belushi does this flip out, and then he
Oh yeah.
he
He
flips off the
shoots
camera.
forward and then just throws himself off
Yeah.
like 100 miles.
And when
an hour.
he's
Oh,
when he's
so
starting to
ruined,
go
man.
off, doesn't he like raise his hand to Jane Curtin like he's gonna smack her?
No, he doesn't even. It's not even like his hand. His hand's up there, but it's not. It's his voice because he screams at her and then he comes back and then he screams at her again. And you know she'll go back and say she was intimidated now, but I think she was playing off him. I think the two of them were really. It was good.
Another one I haven't seen in a while is the Dan Aykroyd where he calls her an ignorant slut. So I'm wondering if that's been canceled out too, because I haven't seen that fucking forever.
Well, that's the problem. I went back and I watched a bunch of things they had on Peacock, the network, and I have it through work, and they yeah that too. they've been cutting it out. They've been cutting out a lot of stuff as a point.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the 80s stuff that we grew up with and I remember, it's not there anymore.
Oh God, that's a killer.
Checked out.
Poor
Just
Mike.
trying to find a good time to insert it, and Mike paused, and I hit the button, and then just as I clicked it, I looked up and I saw Jamie drinking. I was like, "Oh, 2 for 1!"
Oh my God. Let's get out some beer there.
Oh, it's fucking tough.
So Mallory Bell also brings up the Chippendale dancers, Patrick Swayze and
Oh, that's
That was
Yeah.
fucking.
Harley.
you know,
for sure.
Farley did not want to do that skit. He did not want to do that.
He like had like issues over.
Yeah,
making
he
fun
was
of his
really
weight like
nervous
that.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
When Jamie talked about we went and saw the stage, there's 3 main stages, and then there's a bunch they use the floor. So like one of the 3 main stages, they'd always have like the house scenes and everything. They deemed it the Chris Farley stage,
Oh wow.
and basically they could only have one skit there that week because he was almost certainly going to destroy everything in the set. So they would say that's Farley's stage, and then they do everything on the floor.
Oh wow.
Oh, it's so
Fucking
great.
Farley.
All right, who do you think is the most who do you think is the most overrated performer?
Oh man.
That's tough.
Shit.
Yeah, it's a good
Male, female, or both?
You can do either one.
Whew.
That's
I'd
a
say-
tough one.
Yeah,
Is it
I'd
like-
say go ahead.
No, go ahead, Mike.
I'd say that Joe Piscopo but now
That's such a
no. At the time they thought he was really good with Eddie Murphy, but it was Murphy holding him up, and I think that people have kind of got it now, but I don't know.
I'm trying to.
That's really tough.
I know Jamie hated Will Ferrell when he was in his.
I
prime
couldn't
on
stand
that.
him, and it's like somehow things change. Like I still can't stand that. Him and Sherry O'Terry, the pom
Cheerleaders.
pom.
Oh, the
my God.
cheerleaders.
I fucking hate that skit. That skit fucking sucks.
Oh, I got it.
But
Jimmy Fallon. I never
Fallon's-
found him funny. I think
Fallon
he is
was
the most
brought up
obnoxious piece
recently.
of shit.
Wow. That's aggressive.
But I'm
You got
not
aggressive.
sure that he was. I'm not sure he's ever been really highly rated to be overrated though.
I mean, he was highly thought of enough to host the Tonight Show. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
right.
off the coattails of Saturday
Yeah,
Night Live.
They coattails of them telling him they didn't want him on the show anymore.
Yeah.
So
No, I hate it. I fucking hate Jimmy Fallon. He's a fucking moron.
The only thing I remember Jimmy Fallon from Saturday Night Live was the cowbell skit because he's losing his shit in the background.
He loses his shit in all the skits.
Shit in all of them. That's what sucks about him. I'm, trying to think.
Stupid.
I'm not a fan of Kristen Wiig. I think she fucking is overrated.
She seems like it's the same character over and over again.
Yeah, it's just
It's different variations on the same character.
Something about her, I just give her a smack.
She's from
Yeah, no, I hear you on that.
she's from Rochester originally, I guess. So Mike hates her.
I heard.
Mhm.
I heard about that.
Oh, so.
when I don't know what Q's talking about, I'm just gonna start.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, mhm.
Oh, Jesus. How about a host? Who's everyone's favorite, like, guest host?
Favorite?
Ooh, there's a good.
You know,
lot of good ones. I mean, it's always good when Steve Martin's on. It's always good when Tom Hanks is on.
Yeah,
Paul
I like
Simon.
those guys. I love whenever they have.
Mike, you like Paul Simon?
I do like Paul Simon. He's a good guy.
I like when the
Christopher Walken, whenever he's on, it's great.
I
I love the way Christopher Walken's in a sketch, and you'll like look, and he'll be like looking at the monitor clearly, and just reading the whole thing. That's what he did in Cowbell. I think he was looking at.
Oh, he's totally looking to the side the whole
He's like, oh, he's like, I got a yearning for
More
some
cowbell.
cowbell.
And the
Cowbell
only
is gonna break.
is more cowbell. They're just, and the funniest thing is freaking Will Ferrell in that shirt that's 3 sizes too small.
That's funny
Just
as hell.
freaking banging the shit out of that. But
That's the part that weirded on me with Will Ferrell is all of his skits turned into just him fucking naked.
Yeah, that's how it was with Old School. Also.
It's like it's funny at first, and then you're like, all right, Jesus Christ, he's fat and he's got fucking hair all of his belly. It's just fucking.
Hey. There's no reason to,
I got hair on my belly and it's fucking gigantic, but it's like Jesus Christ, I don't need to see his ass again. I don't need to see fucking.
you weren't anti Will Ferrell like me.
Crum laughs at your 4 wins.
I was not very pro Will Ferrell on Saturday Night Live. I only became pro Will Ferrell after Anchorman.
Oh, I thought
Yeah, I'm with you on that. That was.
But then it went back downhill again because he had like a brief stint of some funny movies like Anchorman and Step Brothers.
Yeah.
And then it just fucking went to shit again. And he hasn't made anything that I've found enjoyable in forever.
Did you watch that terrible one with him and Julie Louis-Dreyfus called Downhill?
No.
No,
Brutal.
Did
No.
I watched that turd. I watched.
Michelle
that
make you
turd.
watch that?
No, I think I recorded. I was like, oh, this might be something we can both watch together.
Yeah.
And we just sat there completely straight laced.
Let me tell you something. I took a bullet for the team because my son wanted to watch this, but it was the biggest. I knew it was going to be a giant piece of shit.
Don't tell me Watson and Holmes.
Oh no.
What's
no.
up, Holmes?
Watson and Holmes. What's that?
That was a Will Ferrell, John C. Riley
Will
movie.
Ferrell,
That's
John
terrible.
C. Riley movie.
Oh, I
Awful.
think I started watching like 10 minutes of that, and I somewhere, and I was like, "What the fuck is it?" Anyway, no, Home Sweet Home Alone.
What is
Oh,
that?
we watched that.
That's the 4th Home Alone movie now that just came out.
Yeah. It was fucking terrible.
It was awful. It was
Someone's back in it, right? Or
I think Roger Anderson right now will go, he's gay, yo.
Yeah, no, seriously, it was bad. It was bad.
Yeah.
No, so here's the plot. Okay, boy whose family is coming over to the house before they leave for a global vacation gets a family, and so he sleeps in the car, and they magically forget about him. Go figure. It sounds so original, doesn't it? But the MacGuffin is that there's a rare doll. Okay, so this little boy and his mother were driving home, and he's got to take a piss, so he can't make it home. So they pull into this open house for a couple that's selling their house, and he goes to use the bathroom, and they start talking with the couple that lives there about this doll and how it's weird and unique or whatnot. And then the boy and his mother leave, and then the couple realize that the doll is missing and it's worth a fortune and can answer all of their financial troubles, and they don't have to sell the house that they raised their kids in. So they break into this $1 million house, it looks like, this gorgeous house, where this kid happens to be left alone because they have to find the doll, because they have to sell it on eBay so they can save their house. That's the plot. It's awful.
It's really bad. It's on Disney Plus.
The part about it is it all comes to a head, and like the parents get caught by the other parents or whatnot, and they all forget about it. They all, oh, I understand. You just got to pay for my house that's all wrecked. It's awful.
Sounds like it came to a fume stuck head.
Oh, it's awful. It's just awful.
I don't know what the hell's going on right now.
Yeah, no, we went from Saturday Night Live to Home Sweet Home Alone. That's why
I'm just saying.
So most overrated performer, I say Kristen Frigg.
I say Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon.
Probably David Spade.
Oh, wow.
Whoa, wow. Mike came up with
Really? Mike does not like a spade.
Well, actually, on the actual show, I agree with Mike. He was not the best on Saturday Night Live.
Well, what was he famous for on Saturday Night Live? The Hollywood Minute, right? And
Which he only had one good line, and that's "Look, kids, a falling star" with Eddie Murphy. That was the only good thing he ever said in it.
He did a one skit with him and Sean Penn getting tattoos.
Oh yeah,
I thought that was funny.
I never saw that one.
But he was known for that. The receptionist that would say and fucking push people off. Bye-bye. Yeah, that was it. That was his big.
Oh, the flight attendant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
So.
Bye. Yeah.
Fucking Spade.
Yeah, he's got like one club in his bag. You know, like that's his thing. It doesn't matter whether he's on Saturday Night Live or talk radio or Tommy Boy, or he's got like one thing he does, and then everybody around him is supposed to be funny.
Wow.
Fucking, you just made me think of a great Artie Lang was talking after Norm Macdonald died. He was at a party, and Norm Macdonald, Artie Lang walked up to Norm Macdonald and said, "Hey, Chris Farley just went in a bathroom with David Spade." And Norm Macdonald said, "Jesus, I hope he's fucking high." Because he goes, "You only go in the bathroom with not David Spade, Andy Dick." He goes, "You only go in the bathroom with Andy Dick for two things. One of them is drugs, and the other one we don't want to talk about." So Norm says, "Oh, I hope he's fucking high."
All right, Pete, who do you think is most overrated?
Jamie did not want that story to go on.
No,
I have absolutely no idea at all. I don't know. To be honest with you, Saturday Night Live much.
Really?
Yeah, I kind of suck some. No, this is one of those times for sure. Like Saturday Night Live knowledge is very low. Like I know some of the top skits, but other than that, I was to be honest. So most overrated. Whoever the hell is, I would throw the whole cast overboard with that probably. I'm giving myself a 70% probability that I'm right about that. I've never seen any of it before. So
that's a big cast too. When the new episodes are on, it's like featuring, and it goes on forever.
Yeah.
And he goes, and also, and then it goes on for even more. It's like,
what is the distinction there for the featuring? Is it that they're also writers on the show, or like why are they featuring?
I have no idea. That's a good question.
Is it only
Maybe they're not under contract, or
maybe
they're more like freelance.
You think it's
beginners or something? I don't know.
You think it's only still on TV simply because it's Saturday Night Live? I mean, like it's become an institution.
They have nothing to put on it stronger,
right?
And you know, as long as they have that, like that's why, like when Johnny Carson started, he started wanting more time off, and that's why they had this stuff. That's why they put this show on here. They needed something that would hold better than a Carson show. So
it's still got a pretty big cult following. Like, there's still a lot of people that watch it.
The Julie Louis-Dreyfus times. Another reason why it was so bad in the ratings is because if you remember, WWF did Saturday Night Wrestling,
Yep.
And then also American Gladiators used to be on at like midnight on Saturdays. Like when American Gladiators first came out, it was like late night on Saturdays.
Yeah.
And that was during the mid 80s. And both those were more popular than Saturday Night Live was at that point.
Yeah. I remember once in a while it'd be like the wrestling event.
Oh, I fucking loved watching wrestling fucking Saturday nights. That was a lot of fun.
What was
it's
it
still
called
one of the
again?
best things. Saturday night's main event.
That's
Yeah.
what I mean.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
It's still one of the best shows they've ever put on.
Oh, yeah. Easy.
I remember. I
Oh.
still clearly remember watching it, and like Hulk Hogan got injured, right? And so they're supposedly he's at the hospital, and they're talking about it. I took this very seriously. A 9-year-old kid, completely stunned that Hulk Hogan's in the hospital. The next day, my dad and I are at Hagedorn's Sunday, getting the paper, and I'm, Dad, I need the sports section. He goes, sports? You always look at the TV guide and the comics and all that stuff. And I'm like looking through the sports section, like, no, Dad, Hulk Hogan last night got injured and blah, blah, blah. My dad's like, Jamie, it's all fake. It's all fake. He's like, explain, like, no, they were literally at the hospital. He really got hurt. My dad's like, okay, all right.
You're our target demographic for sure.
Yeah, I can't find anywhere.
Oh, I just thought of most overrated. Chris Kattan.
Oh, definitely up there.
Never laughed at that motherfucker.
He did one thing I thought was funny, and that was the one with the he played a little kid who couldn't chew his food, so someone had to spit the food in his mouth. It was so fucking gross. It's so disgusting, but it made me laugh.
You know what we haven't talked about is the commercials. All the fucking classic commercials.
Oh, Mr. Bill and all that shit.
Well, and then I'm refreshing my memory, and the Phil Hartman ad for Colon Blow.
Oh yeah.
And then they had the one where the Sandler and Farley, are like the gay bar or the gay pool. You know
that was Schlitz gay.
Easily the funniest. That was
funny. I forgot all about that.
Yes, and I'm surprised that's viewable. I bet they've taken that down.
I'm sure.
Well, it's awfully pro gay. So.
Oh, I fucking forgot about that, Mike. That is my favorite commercial by far.
That is easily my favorite commercial.
Then but back in the day is Little Chocolate Donuts is still one of my favorites too.
Oh yeah,
I brought that up recently.
Yeah,
the pole vaulting.
That and would you consider this, because I think it was filmed in show, but the Bass-O-Matic 2000 with Dan Aykroyd, where he's blending the bass.
It was. It's hard to say. That is funny as hell. It's so gross, but yeah, he did that. It wasn't really a commercial.
Yeah, I think it was a commercial, like in during the show.
What about like other, like not just commercials, like anything that they taped and that live show, like like skits, vignettes, all this kind of stuff? Do you have one that stands out as your favorite? I definitely do.
Yes, Eddie Murphy is in Whiteface.
Oh, that's so great! Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Easily.
When I realized that when white people are together, they give each other things for free.
Oh my god, it is so hilarious. I think that's one of my favorites.
That's a great one.
I was always a fan of the Lonely Island Boys. Is that what they're called? The Andy Samberg songs, and they had the Jack Sparrow one with Michael Bolton.
Oh.
That's one of my favorites. It's pretty fucking funny, where they have Michael Bolton come in to sing like the tagline in the song that they wrote, but his tagline that he wrote, because he just watched Pirates of the Caribbean, was all about Jack Sparrow. And it's fucking absolute murder.
Paul Wilcox comments, clown penis .fart was a good commercial.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, I think that was in the later seasons.
Alec Baldwin.
There's that fucking Seven one with Belushi, where he's an old man visiting all the grave sites.
That's a great one. It's
weird.
It's weird now that you know he went first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
Alec Baldwin talking about his sweaty balls.
That's great.
That's probably one of my favorite skits. That's definitely up there. I would definitely put that in my probably top 3, if not probably number 1. That is hilarious.
The Joe Pesci show, when Pesci and De Niro come on.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember he just went off on Sinead O'Connor.
Fucking Pesci gets a bat and just starts beating the shit out of him.
Like the real De Niro and Pesci show up and they beat the shit out of the guys doing
Yeah.
their impressions.
Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood, Eddie Murphy.
Yes, classic. Yeah, anything with Eddie Murphy. Like you watch that Best of Eddie Murphy when they
He
did
did,
it on
was it
VHS
last
tape.
year?
My God.
Or year before he was on
Yeah, that
during the
was great,
holidays.
Yeah, yeah. it was
Holy fuck, that was
2019.
funny.
That was great. Now wait a minute. Is in terms of comeback show, which is the stronger comeback show? Eddie Murphy or Adam Sandler? When he
Eddie
just-
Murphy. I'm gonna say Eddie Murphy only because I didn't see the Adam Sandler one.
Yeah.
Okay, because
I'm gonna say Eddie Murphy just because Adam Sandler is kind of annoying to me in a lot of things, where Eddie Murphy was just funny as hell.
The best comeback episode was when Norm Macdonald got asked to host after being fired for making fun of O.J. Simpson.
And then he made fun of him in the monologue.
Yeah.
He made fun of OJ Berkeley in the monologue.
Oh, that's hilarious. Good for him.
Paul
I fucking love that.
Paul Wilcox comments about the clown penis.fart. The skit was it was a bank that waited too long to register a URL, so clown penis.fart was all that was left.
Oh, Sue.
Oh, I thought he was.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
I don't think I saw that either.
I'll have to look at YouTube. Oh god.
And then recently, I want to say it was like maybe 5 or 6 years ago, Julie Louis-Dreyfus was on an episode and they did a commercial for Heroin AM. And it was for people who did heroin, and it was like the AM version because it was loaded with cocaine and caffeine, so you could do heroin and still go on with your day.
Wow.
That was pretty fucking funny.
How about best female cast member?
Oh, that's fucking tough.
I gotta go Gilda Radner on that.
It's probably Gilda.
Shit, 'cause I like Jane Curtin a lot. She was very underrated as like the straight
her.
man.
I never liked her.
Fuck, what the hell? Oh, that is a tough one, man.
Molly Shannon is up there from
Yeah, I can see that. Definitely. Now I go Gilda Radner easily.
I mean
Gilda. I think Kate McKinnon is pretty damn good.
She's great with her impersonations.
She does, but she's also got like I think to me the best sketch comedy has to do with energy, and she's another one that just is like willing to just go freaking crazy.
Yeah,
which I love.
I don't know. That's a tough one. It's tough to go against Gilda Radner just because she was.
I don't know if you
Rosanna Dana is like one of the most classic characters in that
that's
show.
so funny. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you could go higher than her, but it's really just a question of second place.
I mean, people love Tina Fey.
Yeah, but
people-
she,
and,
to
people
me,
love
she's
Tina
a better
Chow.
writer. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I liked her Sarah Palin. That was good. But then if you watch, like, when she was on Weekend Update and all that, I just never
Yeah, I don't
was
like
really that into that.
I prefer Tina Chow.
That's right, you do.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
Show.
I would take a
Chow
clean shower.
Silverstein.
No, but in going through and watching a lot of these, one of my favorite hosts who is very underrated with some of his skits was Jonah Hill. If you look up some of the shit he's done on that show, there was one, Brutus, where he taught a monkey how to talk, and when they start interviewing the monkey talks about how he fucks all the animals in the lab. And it is absolutely just the way Jonah Hill kind of plays it off is fucking genius. But he's been in a lot of things that I actually found quite funny.
That's funny.
No, what it was.
The story that Dave Grohl talks about, Foo Fighters were on, and Christopher Walken was hosting, and so he pulls Dave Grohl aside, and a very serious question. He says, "Is the accent on the Foo or the Fighters? Is it Foo Fighters or Foo Fighters?" And all I can hear is Christopher Walken saying that over and over again in my head. Now every time they're on the radio, all I hear is my version of Christopher Walken saying Foo Fighters on Saturday Night Live.
No, it isn't, Keith.
It is. It is.
Just fucking don't believe it.
I don't know what to believe anymore. I don't know.
I haven't believed a single word from you fucks all night. This has just been a farce.
Oh,
bunch of Pinocchios.
My nose is the only big thing on my body, Jamie. I'm proud of it.
Oh.
Do you guys remember an episode that was like funny from start to finish? Like, what's your favorite like funny episode from start to finish is?
I don't even know if I could pick one of those because I don't even watch the full episodes. I watch the clips on YouTube the next day. Yeah, I can't
Definitely
even.
not the Steven Seagal episode.
No.
You know what? That was almost as entertaining. So it was like watching a fucking train wreck as it's
Oh my god.
Like, Steven
in
Seagal-
front of your face.
Steven Seagal, like after Marked for Death or whatever, like back in those days.
No, it was more like after Under Siege 2
Oh shit!
era.
I remember he was on an episode, and Rob Schneider was the copy guy, making
Right.
copies.
Yeah.
And it was Nico.
Well,
Nico.
they had to
Nico.
they had to rewrite Hans and Franz.
Yeah, because he wouldn't say that Arnold could kick his ass or something.
No, they just didn't want to go with like because they're Arnold fans. He didn't want to go along with anything, and he said, "I wish Arnold was right here, right now. I'd kick his ass." He's like coming apart already.
Oh my
He's fucking such an idiot.
God. He sucks.
I love the South Park where they make fun of him. There was a body shaming episode, and they have him just come out with his fucking
Yeah.
hair like melting down his
Yeah.
head and everything.
His face is huge.
Hey,
He just starts crying.
Did anyone check out that South Park Thanksgiving special they did?
Oh, after
No.
You have to have Paramount Plus, so I didn't see it.
Which
was
sucks. 'Cause I got fucking
Yeah.
HBO Max, which carries all of South Park, but for some reason, they're doing that one special with Paramount Plus, which makes no
just too many
fucking sense.
Fucking streaming services.
You might as well
Really
go back
is.
to cable. You might as well go back to
Seriously.
cable at this point. I mean, seriously, to get all the little shit.
It's more expensive now if you want to see everything.
Not as expensive as cable.
I was using Hulu Live,
Is it?
right?
Not.
I was using Hulu Live, so you got the free channels, and I got the sports package because I still want the NFL Red Zone on Sundays, and that was going to go up to $80 a month just for that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, cable's fucking ridiculous.
And it's the same as cable. It's the same now. And now I also want a Showtime subscription for when Billions comes back because that's my thing. And then
That's right.
It's on another channel. It's on like Hulu or something.
And then what?
Billions.
Well, they may be playing reruns on somewhere else, but the new series is coming out. Well, it was only on Showtime. But then, like, if you want The Office, you got to have a Peacock subscription, and it's too fucking blah.
It's not even half what I was paying before, though.
Comcast is another rate.
No,
which ones do you have?
Now I have almost everything. Although I don't pay for HBO Max, but we got it through somebody. But like,
scandalous.
So
That's how
everything else.
That's how we have Hulu.
Yeah.
We do the same thing. I only have Amazon Prime the shit out of it. I got Netflix and Hulu and Disney Plus.
Which Amazon, they have not put out. Like, the only thing that I've enjoyed on that so far is The Boys.
Yeah, you would like that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
That show's fantastic. I like that show too.
That show's fucking great.
I don't.
It's one of the
I
most
don't
violent
watch
things I've ever seen.
Amazon Prime is just good for movies.
Yeah.
You just watch there's a shitload of movies on that thing.
There was one that I saw. I told you about it, Jamie, when we were texting while you were home briefly. Called Parkland. Anybody else seen this? Apparently, it's like 5 years old, and I just heard
you
about
told
it
me
now.
about that.
But it's about what happened. It's around the JFK assassination,
Mike's
but it's not
carpet.
about the assassination. Yeah, Mike doesn't give a shit. He's fucking eating. Fuck your movie, Keith. I'm hungry.
He's wrecking it.
I wanted you to drop that shit all over your sweatshirt so fucking bad. And then, oh my god, I wanted you to just fucking wear that shit.
Oh, dip it in ketchup and drop it all over the place.
Right. Yeah.
Where's
Tell your story, Keith. Tell your story.
Parkland was on Amazon.
Yeah, it was Prime. It was on Prime.
It was on
But
Amazon.
it's about
I remember that.
what happened at the hospital more so.
Like it's
That's Mike's version of
Ooh, I'm carpeting here.
Oh, he's carving it the fuck.
It makes me hungry now.
Yeah.
I know, dude. I'm so hungry now.
Yeah, am I right?
Damn it.
Let's eat pussy.
And on that note,
good. Good. That's all women's pussies are. Good.
Fur burgers.
this has been episode 76 of FA Noise. We're gonna cut this shit right before it devolves into a shit right. Hopefully see you next week, folks. Yeah. FNoisepod.com for all of the insanity.
They can't hear you.
Yes, they can. FNoisepod.com. FNoisepod.com.
Yeah.
FNoisepod.com.
Consent.